Hello, this is my presentation on comfort women. So my thesis is that the Japanese Empire's systemic dismantling of the identity of comfort women, not only as Koreans, but also as human beings, came as a product of the empire's extension of total war to the sexual level, robbing them of their physical, social, and economic autonomy. This not only held huge implications for their lives going forward, as they would have permanent physical and mental scars, but also had implications for international relations, specifically that of between Japan and Korea, which we would see in the coming years. Now, in terms of liberation, um, this came in generally two forms during the end of World War II, in which the comfort women were liberated, and whether they were either abandoned or they were received military aid. In terms of abandonment, many of them woke up one day and then found out that their comfort stations have been completely abandoned. This included areas such as Taiwan and in China as well. And as a result of this, many had to walk on foot or try and find passage. Many of them sold their bodies to sailors so that they could possibly find a way back to Korea, or stayed in the places themselves and never actually came back. Otherwise, they were liberated by the US or even Chinese military, and they were sent back to Korea via boats. Indeed, the reintegration was completely difficult for such comfort women, as many of them were unable to face their families, whether because of the stigma that they felt as a result of their sexual abuse, or as a result of their inability to face their family members, just because they wouldn't be able to tell them what they were doing, what happened to them for so many years, or um, why such scars, those physical and mental, had been inflicted upon them. In terms of Japanese perspectives, this is much more controversial, as many Japanese people either do not believe in such a thing that happened, or they're unable to come to terms with it. Indeed, many of them believe that such a historic event never actually occurred. Though this is only a small minority. Many Japanese people today do understand the magnitude of comfort women and the difficulties that they went through. In terms of implications, these permanent wounds would last, obviously, until such comfort women would die. And this is very important, especially because the last of the comfort women remain today. Only a few still alive as we come towards farther and farther each year. Many are dying off. And as a result of this, it's very important that we understand and maintain that we don't repeat such a tragedy as well, especially when it comes to international relations, as we understand that relations between Japan and Korea become more difficult over time. Indeed, we international community looks for continued reparations and apologies that might help some of these comfort women that are still alive cope and understand the magnitude of what they've gone through. Thank you.